I'm just going to check the sound settings here because they were giving us a bit of difficulty this morning. Input is, yeah, microphone, USB device, looks good, looks good. I'm just going to go ahead and bring up the comment streams on Twitch and YouTube so that I can see if anyone has any questions as we're going. So if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, feel free to jump in with comments or suggestions as we go. So I'm going to be working on sorry, I just realized I had the room booked, but I just booked it successfully now. Looks like I got turned around a little bit with rooms. We're going to be working on decommissioning PR. I've had it out for a while. It's not done yet, but one of the other people that works in the Spark code base left some really useful comments on it, and he's actually doing some related work around autoscaling. And so he might join us today. He might not. We'll see. But he left some comments on the PR, and we talked about how to go about doing integration testing here. So yeah, his comment here, and okay, wait, just realized. Okay, let's switch into live mode. There we go. So his comment here is based on our discussion offline regarding an integration test for decommissioning. A sound integration test would be running a Spark application that has the driver hang for some length of time while launching an executor. And the launcher for the executor will also be launched before the application is run. So upon receiving action added message, the Kubernetes client will promptly delete the executor, thereby triggering a worker decommissioning message sent to the driver. And then what we'll do is we'll make the driver log when a worker is decommissioned so that we can validate that it's logged. And this is a little convoluted, but I think it's a good place to start. Or I'm sorry, it's a little convoluted, but I don't see a better way of doing this kind of integration test. So with that, let's go ahead and get that started. So let's go grab this decommissioning suite. And I'll just talk through what I had done previously. And the idea here was I was going to instead kind of cheat and use a Python script to trigger decommissioning sort of manually. And that's not what we need. So we'll go decommissioning waiter.py. And this will just be a Python script which will just wait for a while and do its thing. And so Spark is working so instead what we'll look for is worker decommissioned. We'll come back to this. Okay, so let's see here. Well, okay, yeah. So let's talk about what this PR does before we jump too far in. Mostly also to just straight up refresh my own memory. Okay, let's refresh. I just merged in master right before I started this one, so that's why it was out of date. So worker decommissioning. What happens is essentially when Kubernetes knows that it's going to delete a pod, we can proactively start to do things. The simplest thing we can do is stop scheduling jobs on that node. And so that's what we're going to work on. But standalone app client. Okay. Executor decommissioned. I don't even remember. Oh, okay. So, I don't know if this is a regex here, but for now we'll just put this in here. Decommissioning. Okay. Or let's go ahead and say, so we receive the message here. We're going to log something that we can look for in our unit tests. Worker decommission. Although that's on the... Yeah, we can look for decommissioning worker. So if it allows like partial matches, then we're good. But if it has to be a full line match, then we'll have to switch this around. But that's fine. And I'm going to do this with Python just because it's easier and I'm used to working in Python. But the part that we can't do in Python is the part down here about deleting the container. So that's going to be the party, the decommissioning suite. So we're going to need to write a custom watcher. And this inherits from something. Kubernetes suite. The watchers, I think, are in here. And this is the exec watcher. And so, yeah. That's the ticket. So what we would want to do here is run Spark application and verify completion. And we're calling run Spark application and verify completion. So let's go ahead and executor pod checker, exec watcher. So that's probably what we want to allow. So we could either add a hook for action added into the test thing here, or we could let people specify a custom watcher. What happens with exec watcher? Exec watcher, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and test exec watcher is going to be type option watcher of none. And so then what we'll do is if someone specifies the test exec watcher, test exec watcher option dot for each, we'll test exec watcher for each watcher, and then so if someone specifies the watcher, we'll do something, otherwise we won't. And this will let us specify the watcher without having to change all of the other tests. So then we can go here. And there we go. So Watcher. I'm not entirely sure how the test watcher, Kubernetes test component watcher works. But then what we would do over here is we would add a watcher. Watcher equals Reaper watcher. And so okay, and so now we're gonna take this one out. We don't need that. Same thing down here. Okay. Create a watcher. Oh, hey, you can inside of the exec watcher. Oh, yeah. So I was thinking we could either add a hook inside of the exec watcher for action added. That might actually be simpler. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good point. Thanks. Then we don't have to pass the watchers all the way through. On added. Oof. This is going to be an option of a function. You just have a flat case. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put this back the way it was. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna. Thank you. We're gonna create a watcher which destroys the containers 30 seconds after they are created. Yeah. And so new watcher. Yeah, new watcher of type pod. Oh, if graceful test. Yeah. I guess that's easier since we don't have to actually make this general. That's a good point. Delete decommissioning test is Boolean and it defaults to false. Then we don't have to make a new watcher, and that simplifies things. The code's a little less general, but at the same point, there's no particular point in making it general before there's a second user. Yeah. So, in that case, what we do is decommissioning, and then we set decommissioning to true. If decommissioning, then we have our client. Do we client? Nope. Kubernetes client. And we'll go ahead and we'll delete name. Oh yeah. Scala sleep 5 seconds. Kind of a hack. Yeah. No, I guess I just use the regular Java thread sleep. Cool. If testing decommissioning, delete the node 10 seconds after. So I'm gonna pods value is not empty, should be true. So yeah, I think we can just skip this check entirely, but we do want to wait for it to finish. Yeah. Ah, I got into insert mode. No. Decommissioning. This doesn't feel great. Yeah. If we're testing decommissioning, we might have we delete all the executors. Okay, that sounds good. Let's see how our compile's coming along. Cool. This was not compile, probably Kubernetes test compile. Oh, no, Kubernetes. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Decommissioning suite. So wait, why doesn't it like decommissioning suite expected? Oh, I misspelled the word private. Wait, did I? Wait, what? Oh, I did. Or I press Control T, which swaps the two characters. Cool. Okay. Did I accidentally get rid of app args? No. Okay. What's it unhappy about? Decommissioning suite not found. Oh, I don't need to create a test secret. Why would I have done that? Oh, right. I was copying this from another test as a starting point. Okay. False is lowercase. And good. Yeah, you and your IntelliJ. Fancy people. Your fancy tools as opposed to my sketchy tools. PySpark Docker image. Yes, that came from. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'll have to add my own test there. And we'll just launch an executor and sleep. So get test image repo. Get test image repo. So it's some extra imports that we're missing. We don't need any of these anymore. We do still need a... Oh no, we took out eventually. I don't think we need eventually in this one anymore either. Okay. And it's decommissioning test. Okay, and there we go. Decommissioning suite line 34. What are we missing? So we have app resource, main class, expected logon completion, app args, driver pod check, executor pod check, app locator is JVM, py files. Oh, and sorry, this is decommissioning tests. There we go. Yeehaw. Oh, unspecified parameter app args? I thought that was... Wait, I'm confused. Is this app args? Yeah, is specified? What? Okay. Not entirely sure. Delete. Okay. Well, we can fix this one first. Or, okay, yeah. So let's go take a look at, I want to Kubernetes client, delete a pod. Kubernetes client, Java, delete pod. Yeah, okay, delete. Oh, do I do like pod? Okay. Dot pods. Dot with name. Dot delete. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, unspecified value parameter app args, which is not making... Oh, this is the problem. There we go. Yay, software. Maybe yes. Okay, not found, PySpark files, PySpark container test. Okay, so yes, then we import decommissioning suite. Underscore. Yeah. To get at our companion object components. no, the PySpark underscore files. Okay. So yeah, app resource is actually just going to be PySpark decommissioning. There we go. No? Py files. PySpark container tests. Oh yeah. That's legit. Maybe. Oh. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it compiles. It's a good start. A good place to make a Git commit so I can go back to it when everything goes to pod later. Attempt at making decommissioning integration test for Spark on KLS compiles. Still needs more work. Okay. But it compiles and that's good. Yes, okay. Py container checks.py. Okay, yes. No, I don't. The decommissioning suite. Yeah. Okay, we called it decommissioning waiter.py. Sure. Then we get a boilerplate that goes at the top of all of our things. We need to actually launch Spark here, I think. Yes, otherwise not so good. Yes. So yeah, there we go. And then yep, usage. Okay. So we make our Spark context. We want the Spark context to actually start. Yeah. Just run a simple computation, and then Python sleep for 15 seconds. Oh, it's just time.sleep. Okay. We don't need sys. We just need time. Time.sleep. Yeah, let's do 15. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sys.exit 0. That sounds right. Yeah. Add initial. Okay. Git push. Compiles. I would recommend to do. So we sleep in the executor, but the executor gets killed. Yeah, the problem is if we sleep in the executor and the executor gets killed, our job is going to fail and we'll get an exception. Or, well, if we sleep 5 seconds, like the previous planned integration test that I had, is just to do a job really quickly, have the workers decommissioned, try and do another job while they're being decommissioned, but they haven't yet exited, and ensure that it fails. But let's just try and run this first, because I'm not actually sure that I can run this on my machine. What happens if I run this? It does not run any tests. Interesting. Oh yeah. Okay, why not? Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. Let's go back here. Yeah, I mean that's what we do. We just so if we look at this, we just run a job and wait 15 seconds, and then we exit 0, and hopefully in that time, the decommissioning suite decommission test is set to true. So if we look in the Kubernetes suite, it should have received this, waited 10 seconds, deleted the node. So that's, I mean, 10 seconds is probably overkill, but start there. And then that means that, you know, we had the node, and now the node should have been decommissioned, and we should get a log message telling us it's been decommissioned and everything's good. That being said, how do I run these tests? Let's go take a look at this README. Oh, cool. I don't think I have Minikube on this machine for reasons that I'm not going to go into. So we will instead run this kind of cheating in the CI environment. Conversation 15. Yay. Okay. Oh, it fails Scala style checks. Okay. Well, we should fix those. Normally the Scala style checks are not quite this slow. Not entirely sure why it's taken so long. We can go take a look at what CI said about it. Console output. Expected class or object definition inside of decommissioning suite. We probably don't need the Java converters. I don't think we need this. But this should still be fine. Those imports shouldn't have changed the style around. I'm not super sure why. Okay, cool. Okay, we did need that. I don't see the Scala style error. Okay, cool. Well, no, that's just the temporary file. Yeah. Expected class or object definition. Here. It's dev lint Scala. Okay, lint Scala. That's Scala style. Oh. The new one fails. Pi style. That's more like what I would expect. Okay. Dev lint Python. I'm not sure why these linters are taking so long. It has the sound of a small jet engine trying to take off. Very, very toasty. I'm glad I'm not trying to use this laptop actually on my lap. Maybe I can prop it up. Those are not my files. This one is. Oh yeah, okay, 1.2 is not. That's, yes, good point. That's actually Scala syntax, which I used in Python because I really haven't gotten enough sleep. Okay, so range 10. Lovely. Is Scala code. Use range since we're in Python. The proof that sleep deprivation makes you kind of not very smart, but that's okay. Do we get push? Looks good there. PyCode fails, but these are all just kind of the user cache. This is not. This is yarn target. Yarn cluster suite. Oh no, decommissioning waiter. Line 38. Blank line at end of file. Okay, one more time for the money. Lovely. Invalid escape sequence backslash. So yeah, this is not okay. Git status dev pycode style 2.3.1. Okay, wait, is this in source control? I'm kind of confused. Git diff. Okay, that's not being tracked at all. The fact that the shell is failing is not a good sign, but that's also not my problem. Okay. Cool. 3933, sure. Okay, cool. Just gonna start with our new one. Oh, that's not good. It's failing to fetch from GitHub. So not my problem. I mean, my problem because it's involving my code, but it's not a problem with my code. It's a problem with the CI system. So that's okay. We'll it'll kick it off on the new one, which has the style fixes. And I can see how my back's doing, which is the answer's not great. How are you in here? Okay. Started 1 minute and 2 seconds ago. Console output. We're running. I think we're building the. Okay, yeah. Our packaging or documentation. Okay. This is good. Or at least this means that it's going to run in CI. Since I don't have Minikube set up on this machine for reasons, can't really go ahead and test that for us today. So this is probably a pretty good stopping point. It's a Friday. It's 3:45. We might as well finish up now. So I think we ended up doing what Alon was suggesting. Let's see. Our test just kicks off a job, sleeps 15 seconds and exits, and that should be long enough for our workers to get decommissioned. Our decommissioning suite just more or less just says, hey, run this job, and it sets decommissioning test to true. The Kubernetes suite, if decommissioning test is set to true, after 10 seconds, which should be long enough for it to register, it'll go ahead and delete the pod with that name. Then, yeah, we're good. It looks like it might work. That being said, since I don't have Minikube locally, I've got to wait for it to run through the entire CI process. And that can take a few hours, and I would much rather go home. Oh, I don't need app args. I guess we can strip that out while we're here. Sure. Oh, yeah. Cool. Git diff. Remove unneeded app args. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, on that note, oh, yeah, I have the little, like, who the fuck am I thing that I go through. So here, live streaming intro outro deck, Holden and Boo's super fun live streams. In this case, it was more like holding it along because Boo is at home sleeping. I did code reviews this morning. Today we did Apache Spark live coding for Kubernetes decommissioning. I am Holden. My preferred pronouns are she or her, and I'm a developer advocate at Google. I'm on the Spark PMC. I'm a co-author of a few Spark books, and I'm on Twitter. You can follow these live streams on Twitch and YouTube. I'm also trans, queer, Canadian in America on a H-1B work visa and part of the leather community. This is not, particularly related, but I think for us to build diverse communities in tech, we should talk about where we're all from. And with that, let's all go and enjoy our weekend. It has been a lot of fun, but I want to try and get home. I mean, I know traffic's already terrible because I'm down in the South Bay today, but I would like to try and get home while the sun is still out and I can maybe take a quick nap or quick power nap with some coffee. So, thank you all for joining me. Next week I will do my regular code reviews again on Friday. I'm going to try and see if I can find some more time to set aside for live coding. It'll probably depend on what my PR review comments look like on this one, and how my other PRs are doing. I want to play around with Airflow some next week, but I'm speaking at a conference, and I promised another conference I'd give them slides early, so I might be a little busy. We'll see how that ends up working out. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope none of you have to do work. Have a good one, and thanks so much, Alan, for all your help. I really appreciate it.